The narrow streets of Pisa echoed as the wind struck the ancient walls, and the first light of dawn shimmered across the surface of the Arno River. The church bells were announcing the morning mass, yet no one knew that the child born that day would one day challenge the order of the universe itself. On February 15th, 1564, Galileo Galilei was born. Pisa, an old city whose leaning tower defied the sky, carried the spirit of the Renaissance through its streets. Scholars debated ideas in taverns, artists traced shadows across marble, and the air was filled with the breath of living thought. Galileo's family was noble, but not wealthy. His father, Vincenzo Galilei, a music theorist unraveling the mathematics of sound, filled their home with the echo of a lute. But beneath those melodies lay the same truth: unpaid debts, fear for the future, and the struggle to reach the end of each month. Galileo learned early: those who pursue truth will one day pay a price. At 11, he was sent to a monastery. Cold stone corridors, the scent of incense, whispered prayers. He learned Latin, read Greek philosophers, and discovered that ideas could be taken apart and rebuilt. For a time, he even considered becoming a monk, but his father intervened. Your mind was not meant to rot within these walls. Galileo's path shifted again. In 1581, he entered the University of Pisa. He studied medicine, but his spirit was being pulled elsewhere. Nature seemed almost to speak to him, and Galileo longed to understand its language. One day, he noticed the great chandelier in the cathedral, swaying, slowly, rhythmically. The arc shrank, yet each swing took the same time. He felt his pulse, watched again. A revelation struck him. Nature speaks with the voice of mathematics. A door opened in his mind. The law of the pendulum had been born. This awakening pulled him away from medicine. He left the university without graduating. But soon after, Pisa University offered him a position as a mathematics lecturer. At that time, Europe trusted one foundation: Aristotle. Heavier objects fall faster than lighter ones. For 2,000 years, no one had challenged this. Until the morning, Galileo climbed the Leaning Tower of Pisa. A 5-kilogram ball in one hand, a small metal sphere in the other. A curious crowd gathered below, unaware they were witnessing the beginning of a new era. Galileo released both objects at the same moment, and they struck the ground, almost together. 2,000 years of belief shattered in a heartbeat. Fame found him, but so did enemies. His financial troubles deepened. Then came a proposal from the University of Padua. When Galileo arrived, he felt something he had missed for years. Here, people breathe freely. He remained for 18 years. Mathematics, mechanics, geometry, physics, nights under candlelight, lecture halls overflowing. He invented military compasses, designed instruments, polished lenses. But the true revolution waited in the night. A rumor from Holland, a tube, that brought distant things close. Sold like a toy. But Galileo did not see a toy. He saw the key to the universe. He built his own telescope, improved it, strengthened it, and one night, lifted it toward the sky. First, the moon, mountains, valleys, a world far from perfect. Then, the Orion Belt. Thousands of hidden stars emerged. Finally, Jupiter. 4 points of light circling it. 4 moons. Not Earth, but Jupiter was their center. The universe had shifted. In 1610, Sidereus Nuncius was published. Europe trembled. Scientists rejoiced. The church grew uneasy. His telescope showed not only stars, but cracks in ancient dogma. In 1616, the Inquisition banned the heliocentric model. Galileo received one command: silence. He obeyed, but only outwardly. Inside, he waited like a gathering storm. In 1623, a new pope rose to power, Urban VIII, educated, articulate, seemingly friendly to science. Hope flickered in Galileo's heart. He wrote his boldest work, Dialogue Concerning the Two Chief World Systems. It seemed like a conversation between three men. But beneath the words, the message was unmistakable. The Earth is not the center. The book spread quickly. Europe became a battlefield of ideas. Rome erupted in anger. Urban VIII felt mocked. Galileo was summoned to the Inquisition. At 70, his hands trembled. His sight weakened, but his mind remained sharp. In the courtroom, he was forced to kneel. A document lay before him. The Earth does not move. The sun is not the center. Refuse. And he faced torture, even death. Fear filled him, yet he read the document. His voice cracked, his heart broke, but he chose to live. Legend tells us that as he stood, he whispered, "Eppur si muove," and yet it moves. Whether he spoke the words or not, the truth echoed through time. Galileo spent the rest of his life under house arrest. But even imprisoned, he freed his spirit. No wall could contain his mind. He wrote, he calculated, he taught, he dictated the foundations of modern physics. In 1638, nearly blind, he completed his final masterpiece, Dialogues Concerning Two New Sciences. On January 8, 1642, Galileo died. That same year, Isaac Newton was born. A giant fell, and another rose. Centuries later, in 1992, the Vatican admitted its error. But Galileo had never needed forgiveness, because the Earth, no matter what he had been forced to say, continued to move, and it still moves. Across the heavens, through history, along the bright path he illuminated.